The other thing about the holidays is you find moderation just goes out the window. You think maybe you're doing pretty good moderating. Oh, I'm just going to have this cookie here or this one piece of cheese there. But if you have moderation once or twice a day, every day, that moderation is non-existent.
Exactly, and so you think about what the holiday season looks like. You've got the neighborhood Christmas party, you've got the work Christmas party, you got your significant other's Christmas party, and you go and there's a big spread of food, and you're moderating your way, grazing your way around the hors d'oeuvres table, thinking, well, I'm not going to eat that. I'm just going to have a little piece of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because those choices occur really outside of our conscious awareness, they don't even register. And so, and if you and there's a reason for that, because most of our food choices, the triggers to start eating, triggers to stop eating, the things we like to eat, the things we don't like to eat, those triggers, whether they be emotional or environmental, those are all learned behaviors.
Right.
And again, that's by evolutionary design. If we had to think about, say if you had to think about walking, I have to think about walking through the woods. I have to think about contract my quadricep, flex my hip, bend my knee. You would have walked right past the ripe berries and you wouldn't have seen the leopard.
Right.
and you wouldn't have lasted very long. So our brains evolved a mechanism when we learn a task, whether it be walking or eating or in the modern world driving. When we learn a task, our subconscious brain will take over that task for us. And so that allows our conscious brain to continue to scan the environment for opportunity and threat. So, for example, a perfect example is white bread. Right? White bread arguably is not good for you. It's highly processed food. There's no nutrient density. If the environmental trigger you've learned to eat white bread is you walk into the restaurant and the waiter puts it on the table, if that's the environmental trigger you've learned to trigger the act of eating bread, at that moment in time, you don't have to think about eating the bread.
Right.
You have to think about not eating the bread. So you eat the bread. And the disconnect becomes when you come into my office and say, I don't understand why I'm not losing weight. And yet I said, what did you have for dinner last night? And you say, okay, I ordered a quinoa kale salad and on. What's not on the list? The 4 or 5 pieces of bread you had
Exactly.
waiting for it to get there.